everyone. Israel and Hamas could restart ceasefire talks as early as tomorrow in Qatar, according to a new report from the Associated Press. The news comes as the first ship carrying aid has arrived in Gaza via the new humanitarian corridor, the latest in several aid deliveries to the region. Robert Sherman reports from Israel on where aid goes once it enters the region and why some of it is delayed.
With the war in Gaza carrying on into its 5th month, the calls are growing louder to get more humanitarian aid into the hands of people who need it most.
With the first aid ship pulling into Gaza Friday, a new corridor for the delivery of humanitarian goods is open. The maritime route from Cyprus to Gaza coming on the heels of a string of airdrops carried out by multiple nations. But the consensus from Israel to the UN and the U.S. is clear. Those are complements, not substitutes.
And in particular, overland routes remain the most critical way to get assistance in.
The Kerem Shalom crossing, a crucial one, connecting Israel directly to Gaza.
Every single one of these trucks going into Gaza has to be inspected. This one is carrying food with it. Some of them have water, some of them have medical supplies, but every truck must be inspected to make sure that's all they have on board.
That almost 99% of trucks that go into inspection are approved.
Colonel Elad Goran says they can inspect 44 trucks an hour, and in recent weeks have been clearing over 200 trucks a day.
The issue is not with our inspection, but with the distribution capabilities of the international organizations.
The Israelis say there are hundreds of trucks on the Gaza side that are ready to go, but aid groups have yet to pick them up. The UN agency in Gaza counters that distribution routes are not always safe.
There were hits on the convoy, either on the way up or on the way down from northern Gaza.
Israel opening a northern aid delivery corridor where 6 trucks went in this week. That part of the enclave proven to be the most difficult spot to get aid to, as most trucks enter from the south.
There's no shelter or anything. There's no food, no water, nothing. Even the most basic living essentials like bread do not exist. We forage wild plants when it rains and cook them. That's our situation.
Do you believe there's a humanitarian crisis inside of Gaza?
No, I don't believe that there is a humanitarian crisis. Looking at the numbers and looking at other places all over the world and the assessment that the UN is doing in different places, I don't believe. I believe that there are challenges.
The colonel saying that despite the scenes in recent weeks of hungry Palestinians swarming delivery convoys and rushing to grab aid dropped in by plane.
So when there are these images coming out of Gaza, when people in Gaza say that they don't have enough to eat, you say that's not Israel's fault.
I say first, there is a narrative that they're trying to create, because this narrative is the only way that they think that we will stop the war. We'll continue the war. We will engage. We will dismantle Hamas.
As you can hear, there's a lot of finger pointing going on between different sides, but caught in the middle are everyday people. The UN says it's almost inevitable that famine takes hold. Hena?
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.